caregiving, living in a community, it is all so expensive.
Going through the paperwork for my dad's care, his nursing home back in 2009 cost $5,000 a month.
I don't think any elder ever intends for that to be how their life savings and their hard work is spent in their latter years.
Unfortunately, the finances drive so many decisions as far as, do you stay at home? Do you bring in a private caregiver? Do you move to a community? Do you move in with your kid? Or does the kid move in with you?
It's not easy, and quite honestly, there's no roadmap.
It affects every family at some point.
If I could give any advice to those of us that are still on the younger side, you better get busy doing this now. Because if you're not setting aside money, you're not gonna have money to take care of this.
What is your relationship like with your mom?
My relationship with my mother is the most important in my life. She's my best friend. She's everything to me. Not my style. No thanks.
Mom was a PE teacher, and she also was a realtor. She did that for many years, and she really was so active. She played tennis until she was in her 70s.
When I was growing up in Ukraine, my mother was an editor, stenographer for the state newspaper. As a result, she's collected such a wealth of knowledge. It still hasn't run out in 30 years that I've known her.
1, 2, 1, 2, good. My mom came from a very wealthy family back in Canton, China. She used to live in a huge house, almost like a city block long. And she had many servants and nannies taking care of the family because she's one of 7 children. When the communists took over back in 1949, they literally had to run out of the country. There was no time to really pack up and move. So literally they went from riches to rags.
We came to this country with 3 suitcases. There was nothing to take. There was no money to take. It was just get here and start a new life.
She started as a hair colorist many years ago, back in the 1960s. Finally, she branched out and had her own hair salon.
After immigration, had to adjust, and she carried our family through on full-time cleaning jobs. She cleaned houses for a good 25 years, sometimes 3 houses a day, 5 days a week.
Any job in America respectful. It doesn't matter that I am cleaning lady, which is a shame in my country. Here, I was loved with my clients, and they respect me, so I did not feel any shame here.
Okay, if you need anything else, let me know, okay?
All right.
My dad was born in 1933. In order for him to have a better chance at life, he enlisted in the Navy at 15. He was in the Korean War, and he was actually a gunman on a battleship.
We went and sailed to Japan, and then we went to Korea.
In December of 2017, my mom had basal cell carcinoma removed from her eyelid. It was a major surgery. That's when I think I really sort of noticed that I'm gonna have to step in more and stay more on top of her medical situation, because she'd just been taking care of it all of herself.
You need to drink more water. You're not drinking very much water, I think.
My mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2015. At the time, I did notice some noticeable changes in her with repeating certain phrases or saying things that she said earlier.
My dad became disabled in 2003 when I was in high school, and it was a tough road. Dad needed long-term care, so I had to help out with my mom, and we just stuck together as a team to take care of that difficult situation. And he just passed away in February.
I came to live with my dad after a fall in July of this year. I am his personal chef, I'm his personal shopper, his maid, really whatever he needs. On a daily basis, I probably spend, 1.5 to 2 hours managing or taking care of my dad's needs. Breakfast.
My mom, starting in 2019, she's been dealing with this epilepsy, and I've had to take on the care for her. All of the hospital visits, all of the medications, the neurology exams.
Things are not the same with my mom. Now I have to help her go to the bath and making sure she's clean. And when I was a baby, she did this to me.
What that is? You want to keep it?
It can be really difficult to figure out, how do I juggle wanting to be the best mom I can? How can I be the best daughter I can? How do I do both?
People think they can do it themselves. Oh, I can help mom get her dinner ready, or I can help her put in her bed. I can help her with her finances. But after a while, when you do this day to day, it does get tiring. Since I have a family of my own, also working full time, I'm trying to balance out the two as well as taking care of my mom. Kind of in this sandwich generation, as they call it.
My dad and my stepmom planned very well, so they had everything put in place to manage their own finances. But with the current situation, obviously, at some point, they could run through that money.
Going through the paperwork for my dad's care, his nursing home back in 2009 cost, I believe, $5,000 a month.
The plan that we have now is Medicare pays for 80%, while we pay for the 20% of the facility. Medicare would pay for 100 days. What happens after 100 days? It actually goes up to the full price of $800 a day. So you're talking about $800 a day times 30 days, for example, that's $24,000. Luckily, my mom, many years ago, did her own estate planning herself. She made quite a bit of money, but also she saved quite a bit of money, and she invested it for her future.
My mom only gets Social Security from what she worked on. She had no pension as a cleaning lady. We live together and I provide the housing, the car, the insurance, the gas, all of the stuff. So these life circumstances have definitely informed how I'm going to spend my life, because I realized the value of having relative financial stability. It was very important to get a profession and not follow my heart and do whatever it is the 14-year-old in me wanted to do.
Having a front row seat to my parents' finances, their healthcare, their lifestyle has confirmed to me that you better have a plan.
Oh, that's mom's phone. Who is it? Oh, it's probably a scammer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, we're not going to talk to them. Slide down to ignore.
There's so many solicitors that call your aging parents, and this is a pet peeve of mine.
She can get anywhere from 5 to 15 calls a day from various companies asking for money, or people pretending to be from various law enforcement agencies or IRS or any type of debt collection agencies.
We've heard him give out his credit card number to someone. We found $140 of magazine charges that were being charged to him every single month. So what I did was I found a local service where now they have to press 1 in order to speak to someone. So the only calls that are getting through are people that actually know us.
But it's unfortunate that because people are elderly, whether it's dementia or any other type of debilitating disease, that these people have the nerve to actually go out and try to steal money from people like my mom.
The more you can be prepared when your parents are blowing and going, being independent, is going to make things so much easier later on. There are so many of these legal documents that if you wait till you need them, it's too late.
When you don't have the documents, you cannot pay their bills, you cannot access their bank account.
It's really important for caretakers to really consider getting power of attorney as well as a proxy.
As our parents are very independent, we just assume that they've taken care of everything. I knew that there was probably a will that had been done. I assumed there was powers of attorney, those kinds of things, but it made it really clear that, oh, we need to make sure. We need to see those documents.
I remember when my mom was in the hospital and she wasn't responding after one of her strokes, and the physician said there's a likeliness that she could not come back on this one. Do you know what your mom's final wishes are? And that was a reality check, because that was the first time that I had ever faced the actual reality of this could be it for my mom.
The advantage of preparing these documents is you are able to discuss their wishes clearly, how they want to be taken care of.
I firmly believe, because my parents met with a financial planner at whatever point of their life that they did that, that's why they're in the position that they are. This probably started when they were 30. And now that they're 92 and 88, they're able to not have the stress and not worry about those things because this has been the plan all along.
The biggest financial advice I can give to anyone is really to get a financial planner or CPA. Someone can help out.
Watching this retirement or disability play out with my parents has me regularly all these years thinking about my own retirement, my own possible disability. So I've always been very focused on saving as much as I can for retirement.
If you haven't already talked to a financial planner, please do. You know, do it for you, do it for your children, do it for your family, because it is very expensive. If you can plan to where you have the cost taken care of, regardless of the disruption in your well-being and your health, you're able to enjoy life better because you're not burdened with the stress of finances.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword because I don't want to limit myself now for retirement that I may not see should anything happen. So it is a balance, putting away a few $1,000s less in retirement, but enjoying the year going out to restaurants or whatever events or maybe a vacation. Even though I could have put that money away and maybe gotten to retirement a little bit faster.
Can you take trips and vacations? Sure, but you need to create a budget. You can't go to Disney World every year. What's going to happen later on when you need that money? Sure, enjoy life with pleasures that you want to do, but also think about the future too. Because once people stop working or once the finances dry up, what do you do from there? And that's a big question mark that people really need to consider.
Don't hold back on spending for quality moments, a good meal, maybe some flowers, something to brighten the day every day, something small. Show love and loyalty to the ones that love you.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
The part of the aging process that hits me the most is seeing the decline and the creeping aloneness. She's such a big personality and so talented and funny and vivacious.
Cute. I love it.
And just seeing that decline.
Old people, we feel like it's a shame for us. When young people make these notes and criticize us, believe me, we know about this too, but we try to cover it like nothing happened.
Watching them not be able to do the things that they've always been able to do, it's hard. There's no way to make that easier. It's just hard.
It's really a mind shift switch that you have to flip that helps you sort of feel like, okay, as much as she looks fine, there's something broken in her brain, and so she can't remember in the way that she used to. And that is really, really hard.
Got to the point where she's having trouble talking, speaking full sentences, having a meaningful conversation, which is heartbreaking to me. You know, we normally have conversations every day about anything from the news to things in general in life. The only things she can really say to me these days is, you know, I love you very much, and, you know, my handsome son. These are things that were very hard for me at first, and I just have to learn to accept it.
I think the biggest piece of advice I'd give is just know that you haven't done this before. Of course you don't necessarily know what it's like to have to try to tell your parent what to do, or try to take their keys away, or try to get them not to drive on their own. Give yourself a little bit of grace.
Self-care as a caregiver is very important.
What I learned from other people's experiences as well as doctors' advice is really to take care of yourself. Just like being in an airplane. As you know, if there's an emergency where the oxygen mask comes down,
If you've ever heard the term, put the oxygen mask on yourself first,
then take care of the person next to you.
My main advice to people going through the same or a similar situation is to find a good therapist, to not swallow my feelings, to let them out, take the time, express your emotions, and then go back.
Having that community just can help you feel like you're not the only one.
You have to survive in those moments, you have to keep carrying it through, but it does take a toll.
I'm very, very happy with my daughter. For me, she is unique. She is my star. She is my hero. If she will need, I will give her my kidney, even 2 of them. I want to be her to be happy because her happiness is my happiness.
I've been a daddy's girl my whole life, so this brings me a lot of joy to be able to serve him in this way and look out for him this way.
Oh, I enjoy my life with my wife and daughters and everything. And we enjoy each other.
It is a very satisfying way to spend your life if that's the circumstances you find yourself in.
Here you go, Daddy. It's not just honoring the person that brought you into this world and has loved you and supported you, but it gives you closure.
Love you too.
And with my dad, I know that when that day finally comes, I'll have peace of mind that I was here when it counted.